Hi, everybody, and welcome. It's beautiful to look around.
Yeah.
What are you going to work on?
I have this thing where I find it hard to feel like 100% connected with myself. So I'm currently thinking about that I want to readjust my career path.
She's ready to move on. Mm-hmm. We don't know yet where and how, but she's already doing the whole thing. Okay, so who is the next person?
I think it could be Steph.
Yeah.
This is good?
Yeah, sure.
I like being here with you. And Nat, do you think it would be fun to look around a little, just to check it out?
I've started doing so.
Okay, you want to start a little more? Just
Okay, like for example, you can look around and who, without looking too much, catches your attention? Just don't, before you can even make a decision.
I mean, there's pink spots in like the
Pink?
pink and like colorful garments that catch my eye.
Pink rules.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't guess it from my current outfit, but I do think so too.
Really? Yeah. Me too, I'm a big Pink fan. I used to have a pink laptop, and Ellen used to have a gun steel laptop. And we go through security, and they always give her the pink one, and they give me this one. So
it's changing.
Now it's changing.
Yeah.
As my young 18-year-old friend in the gym said to me in our little town, real wear men pink.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Okay, so I think this was meant to make everybody feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
What are you going to work on?
How to say that? I have this thing where I find it hard to feel like 100% connected with myself, but also others. And I mean, I understand where it comes from, yada yada, but that's not the point. And then I also realized that at the moment, like a much more current thing is that I feel like I have this very loving, open-hearted personality, but then also a very strong, assertive, sort of more like fighter personality. And like I need them both and I love them both, but I don't know how to be both of them at the same time, if that makes sense.
You look like you have feelings about that, too.
I do, because I'm also aware. Like, I don't like being vulnerable in front of, in like groups. And it's not just vulnerability, it's also about visibility and like taking up space.
I love hearing you and feeling you and seeing you.
So I'm currently thinking about that I want to readjust my career path. So I'm currently working in organizational development, and generally speaking, working in organizational development, it's like nice, but it's not fully where I feel like I'm 100% in my power and in my strength, in the sense that I find it takes attention away from the human perspective. Because I mean, it's always in the context of organizations have a reason to be, and that reason usually is to make a profit. I would like to with what I do and how I earn money, be more in the realm of have a sort of more activist political focus in what I do, sort of, you know, that what I do contributes to the greater good, and greater good for me is a very leftist, progressive idea of society. I mean, greater good can be anything for everyone. And I was thinking about it earlier, and I think in like my career path, this duality of like, let's stick with the picture of like lover and fighter, has also been present.
You have like a relationship that you find yourself sometimes thinking about it more than you like? Like it's not so good, could be better, should I not?
Well, I recently broke up with someone.
Bravo.
Thank you. But yeah, I do find myself not necessarily thinking about the relationship as much, but rather what got me there and what also made me leave it at this point, and like what is the things that I learned about myself. Like,
what did you learn about yourself?
Well, for one, it did give me incentive to think about more what is it that I have dreamt for my life to happen. And that if I don't start, working on those dreams now, I might never, and that would be very sad. So, and also this realization that it's in my power to make my dreams come true. Like I don't need, I need support certainly, because we don't really get far in life without help and support from others. But essentially, I'm the creator of those dreams.
Good for you. Okay. Okay.
I like hearing that.
And then how did the breakup go? Was it like painless or painful or?
The breakup itself wasn't bad. I think both of us are better off not continuing the
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
So the reason I asked was because in the beginning, Steph said, I feel I don't quite connect. Then I would think, that sounds like you connected. You said, I want, and then you said, I no longer want. Isn't that connected? I'm not being facetious, I'm serious.
It's... I mean, the thing about connection and being connected, feeling connected, in like how we live life, at least in like Western societies, it's so fast-paced. I feel like there is no space to be really like connected, because there's also no interest in people being truly connected to themselves, because that might make them, get out of this thing called capitalism or something.
I'm interested in being connected with myself. I'm interested in you being connected with yourself. And I'm interested in the connection. Yeah. And I like that you smiled when I said that. I can feel like standing here and with you, and that feels centering and grounding. Great.
Very much.
Okay, so now I have another thought. I feel do you mind if I talk to my co-facilitator for a second? So I think there is something around here that's called consensus reality. And it says it has an idea of what relationship, or had an idea of what relationships could be, should be, what have you, and what professional life could be or should be, and how this fits into profit, money, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then another one says, well, actually, I want to be free from the whole shit, and I basically want to be connected to me and live like what's inside of me. And I think at this moment, this is not really possible. But I don't want to be Tibetan mountain meditating and saying mantras, because I'm engaged with the world. I want to do something for the world. Something that I think there's like this thing. And I don't know, I think that can be done.
I agree.
I think people can be completely free. I think people don't have to buy into any of this. I think it's possible. So I think you can be completely free of capitalism. You can be completely yourself, and you can do whatever works for you. and you can take all the space that you want, that's right for you, and I think Steph will be able to do it. That's what I think.
How so? I mean,
Thank you.
How so?
That was my question too.
Well, I mean, like she's laying it all out. She's like, it's like a silver platter.
Oh.
Like I think there's a lot of awareness of like what worked. She used that relationship was a big success because she found out what she wanted and what she didn't want. And now she's ready to move on. We don't know yet where and how, but she's already doing the whole thing.
wow. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You
Got
make
it.
it sound so easy.
Huh?
You make it sound so easy.
Yeah, it is that easy.
If you say so.
What?
If you say so, I'll trust you. Yeah.
Don't trust me. Do you remember any night dreams ever in your life?
Yeah.
Like last night, or you have one that is appropriate enough that it can be shared in public here?
Bits and parts, but I mean more like the bad stuff. I remember as a kid, I was often dreaming of like falling, and without like just like sort of falling through air, and being so afraid of the moment that I would hit the ground. But that never came because I would always wake up before. And another dream that I remember from, I don't know, maybe like 10, 12 years ago, was that I had a very vivid dream about being caught in a terrorist attack and were like frantically searching for my brother.
Okay.
And like people were being shot in front of my eyes, like very.
Okay, so you're gonna eventually,
Perfect.
you said, when will I reach it? Or can I reach it? You will reach the goal, I swear. I guarantee. I can't say tomorrow, but you will reach it. I swear.
What makes you so sure?
You are working on doing a terrorist attack on consensus reality, capitalism, and this whole system that says, if it's not a profit, don't do it.
Wow.
That's quite a
You like it?
that's quite a twist on that.
Why?
I like the twist you gave it, like the.
Well, the terrorist attack is secondary in the dream. So you're the terrorist, right?
No, I was being attacked.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But in the dream work, in a dream, now I'm going to give a slight theory because my head kicked in. So,
Wait, I'm the head part. Just kidding.
okay.
No, it's supposed to be fluid. So.
I know, okay.
because
Go ahead.
Because in a dream, in
Yeah.
your dreaming, but also in a body problem or anything, the one that's you, like in the dream, is actually the least interesting because it's your everyday identity. You already know it. So the thing in a dream that's the most far away and the most strange is actually where the energy is and the path forward and the change.
Interesting.
Like if I dream that I'm being attacked by tiger and killed, that means I don't have to work on connecting to my strengths. It happens organically. Because the tiger is killing the one that's not connected to the strength, which is my identity. Hence I dream about a tiger. So you dream about a terrorist attack, and you were the victim of a terrorist attack. That's whatever your identity was at the time when you dreamt it. So you can get out of this identity. And now we see the whole thing playing out by you saying, I'm in there, I'm doing, you're finished with the consulting organization.
I haven't quit that yet. So
No, but don't quit it yet. But part of it is finished. Why? I'm doing consulting, organization development, yada, 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 yada.
I know.
Means it's finito.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Arrivederci, Roma. Yes?
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
If I say, I have a relationship with Ellen, it's going pretty good, yada, 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 yada. So,
That's a cruel example.
No, it was good. I like it.
protecting me, it's sweet.
Give you space to imagine too. Huh?
It's sweet. So, and she says, I would like utter freedom.
Yeah.
No, utter freedom. So in the childhood dream is utter freedom. In the falling is unlimited
Freedom.
space. is unlimited space. And the only reason why it's not flying is because you're nervous you're going to hit something. So that's an edge. So it's going to be a fight for you. You have to fight for your personal freedom.
I think you just gave me a wonderful allegory of my childhood.
How?
Both my parents are very anxious people, and I would in my memory, any idea I had as a kid and teenager was usually met with, but XYZ could happen. This sort of mindset I find is hard to get out of because it's like such a limiting belief. You know, if you always think about what could go wrong instead of what could go right.
I understand. So you said if I was completely free, yeah? So if you were completely free, what would you do? Just think for a moment. You don't have to do any of it, and we're not going to do the psychological thing, well, you can do it, blah, blah. But if you were free, what would you do?
Free and also unlimited financial funds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlimited financial, unlimited time, unlimited resources, unlimited personal connections, unlimited everything.
I'll take it. I would definitely spend even more time with family and friends. I would travel a lot. I would learn languages.
Anyone in particular?
Spanish.
Okay.
I would still work as a systemic consultant and create those spaces. And also for little to no money, so that it's really as obstacle-free as possible for people to find that support.
You can move to Spain. There's like systemic consultants in Spain.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I am considering moving to the US, but I don't know.
To the US?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, a friend of mine lives in Florida, so that's at the moment my starting point.
Really?
But I mean, I am.
You can
A lot
learn
of
Spanish
people
there.
speak Spanish there.
Yeah.
Well, I need to find a company that's going to sponsor my visa in order to be there legally.
That's not a problem.
Thank you. I think so too.
Wow.
That's
That's
all
what
it
I wrote
takes.
down.
Okay. Yeah. When? When you going to start working on the visa?
I am already like in baby steps, and the timeline I've set myself is like by the end of the year, and like to wrap up Berlin life, and like quit my job and my apartment and like get rid of the stuff that I have.
I wouldn't do that. I would first I would get a visa and get it all done, and then the rest you can quit the job the day before you leave. What? And give the apartment to a friend and tell them, you can have all my stuff here, sell it for me, you keep 30%, I take the other 90. I'm serious. I feel strongly you should do it, and I feel it's a window of opportunity. Why? Because it's unlikely that you're going to meet someone like me in the near future that can say it with the certitude that you won't die doing it. You're going to have a sense of freedom in between falling, panic attack, and it's a terrorist attack on your whole lifestyle of living with your parents who are worried what's going to happen to my poor child and all of this. Yeah, and you're very good with relationships.
How do you know?
Because I'm not blind. No, because I watch how you relate to Ellen and to me, and you have a very endearing way of communicating.
Thank you.
Which I'm sure you know.
Not necessarily, no.
Well, now you know.
Thank you.
And you have a particular powerful style of communicating. It is on the border of witchcraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you look at me and how you look at Ellen.
Yeah.
I just want to like come a step closer
Yeah.
and give you a hug or something.
Yeah.
You have like, can you feel it about her?
Yeah, it's hard to resist.
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, I have to work on myself not to like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think of the following? You're actually much more courageous, smart, and clear in what you want. And it's hard for you to own it because you think if you own it, something is going to happen.
That resonates, yes.
Yeah. So your task is from your dream. Your task is to get used to that danger. And you either can do it consciously by saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to Florida, I'm going to get a visa, I'm going to do it with this company, and realizing it's complicated, and stay with the fear and the danger so they become a friend. And they become a friend that is with you and that you don't have to be dominated by. If you don't do that, you're going to eventually do it indirectly by taking like doing high risk things.
I always wanted to be a test driver for new cars,
See?
but I never took that seriously. So.
But now you can take it seriously. You're a new car. Test drive it.
Oh.
So it's your way of how to go through life. So
Yeah.
you're having a fantasy of test driving a car. But isn't that the whole conversation? We say, look, there's no
Yeah.
no guarantee that you're not going to hit it.
Yeah.
But it's not good for you to work with guarantees. That's your parental thing. And that's how you get away from all these overprotective parents.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to do it?
Yeah.
Put it there, sister.
Thank you.
Why do you think a dream maker creates an issue in the background, the fear of death? You follow me? The dream maker says, you can actually fly. But because of your particular process, we won't make it to fly, but we'll make it falling with a fear of hitting the ground. It creates ownership. It's not something that's given to you. It's something that you have to fight for. You understand? You have to fight for that. And this is the whole issue with her parents. Her parents didn't let her fight for what she wanted. You follow that? She says, I want to hitchhike across Europe. Go for it, my beautiful daughter. Yeah, you think it's going to be dangerous? Most likely, but you're a powerful thing. I hate for anyone to get in trouble with you because it's going to be their end. Versus, no, don't go, we don't know what could happen. So, with other words, in order to own your courage, you have to fight fear. But you won't overcome fear. You'll have the fear for the rest of your life. It's meant to be with you. Because it's the combination of the two that allows you, for example, to work with people. If you're only courageous, then you end up being a test driver, but you won't end up being a coach. You follow? That's why there's still the human element there.
Oh.
What do you think? That makes sense?
That makes sense.
The fear makes me human?
Yeah. Yeah, and as a coach, you understand when somebody says to you, I'm afraid of it, you won't say, huh?
Yeah. Come
Why?
on, just do it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really? That's nothing.
Wow. I'm just enjoying how the different pieces start to come together, even just now when Steph was saying the two sides of her that she's working
I
with.
have a lover and a fighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the lover is the one that wants to go to Florida,
Yeah.
and the fighter is the one who gets her there.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Very beautiful question. If you were completely free, I like the question here.
Yeah, if you feel money is an issue, become homeless for a minute. Become homeless where you have no money, you don't even know what you're going to eat tonight. And then start working on that attitude and then go back, and it's going to help you with getting into the whole project without money. Money is a hypnosis, you agree? Like, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have it's not the right moment yet, I haven't found the right company yet, etc. All of these are edges.
I don't think that you will have trouble with money.
Thank you.
How many people thought that? Wow, look at this. How many people thought it's not a financial issue? Yeah. The financial issue might be part of the whole parental safety net. Yeah. You need to be financially safe and this and that or whatever. What's going to happen? Like the United States has so many homeless people, one more or less they won't notice, so don't worry. There's a lot of people with big vans and there's a lot of people with very small cars and they live in their cars.
Yeah.
And for some of them, that's a real social issue. And for some of them, not.
It's a way of life.
A way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get out of a protected childhood. You agree?
Yeah.
And in some way, a complicated childhood makes things easier, believe it or not. I mean, all childhoods are complicated. But if you have a complicated childhood that partially is driving you out of your home, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, in some way, like, hear me out, in some way, it makes some aspects of your personal growth a little bit seemingly, the reason I mention that it's counterintuitive. Mm-hmm. You would think that's actually hard with a childhood like that. But like, for example, I'm thinking of my own, where there was a little relationship with my parents. Mm-hmm. And at one point or other, I thought there was a problem for me, but already when I was 14 or 15, I realized actually that's an advantage, because I suddenly found myself being more capable to deal with life than most of the people, most of my peers. Mm-hmm. I thought they're like babies, they don't know anything. They can't cook for themselves, they don't know what they want for dinner and then cook it themselves. What's wrong with these people? Mm-hmm. You follow me?
Yeah.
So there's a pro and con between this. Mm-hmm. So, but then moments like this, why I said moments like this, they're like windows of opportunity. Yeah. So windows of opportunity to shamanic viewpoints, occasionally they come up and you have a chance to actually change your life. So for example, you might get, not long after today, suddenly a path into a visa. And then you have to think, that was connected, that I worked on that, and then you should jump, even if it doesn't look safe. Because worse than worse is you come into some like human, what's that called? Trafficking organization, and they're going to sell you in some harem or something like this. And then you can work on escaping, which is then the same issue in principle.
I mean, I do have a fighter, so yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I do have a fighter, so.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Amazing. Wow, that helps.
Or you die young.
Yeah.
Only the good ones do, so.
What?
Only the good ones
Good
do.
guy, young.
But then you die in
Sound.
Florida. That's
Say
nice.
again?
Then she dies in Florida, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of old people there.
Yeah, better dying in Florida as a fighter than staying in Berlin as a salad. So if someone becomes overprotective, you don't necessarily feel loved and cared for, but you sort of feel like, disempowered or at times suffocated by that. You follow that? But at the same time, it creates a magnet that's very hard to get away. So it creates like a vacuum. It's very hard to leave the parental home because the vacuum sucks you back and say, no, it's a survival issue. You grew up in this really difficult situation here. You can't just walk away with it. Survival issue, right? Survivor guilt. So they think, no, I can't really get out of here because I'm going to leave my poor parents on their own. They care so much for me and they will not be able to overcome that. Most likely they'll wither away as pure little beings and things like this. You can't get away with it. You follow that? Yeah. I don't know what the reason is, but you ended up here.
Yes.
We ended up here. No? Mm-hmm. So there's an opportunity for you that won't come back like this.
Yeah.
No? It's a basic Japanese principle. Ichie Ichigo. Here, now, one time only. So occasionally these opportunities appear for everyone, right? That's my conviction, and also studies in modern physics says that. And then the issue is, do you jump or not? And then you can jump and you can change your entire life now. It's like it was all laid out. Or you can say, yeah, maybe not quite yet. I have to wait, first clean up my Berlin scene, whatever. Can you follow me? Do this or that. So these are edges, but some edges are there, and eventually you will go over anyhow because they're sort of on naturally happening. But some edges actually require from you that you consciously take the jump into the unknown. But especially for you, it's a will issue. It's a question of political will. It's a political will. I am going to jump through this one, and if worse comes worse, and I'm ruining my life, I'm going to write these guys and say I want my money back.
Will do.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the larger issue in the background.
Why do you call it political will?
Huh?
Why do you call it political will?
It's a political issue.
But how do you mean political in that context?
Oh, it's about freedom.
Oh, okay.
No? Yeah, it's about freedom. Like, you have a chance to jump and be free. And that's a decision, and it comes at a price.
Yeah.
And you pick your freedom over allegiance, over this, over that. So freedom comes first. So to choose freedom, that's a political act in my mind.
Yeah.
You follow that?
Yeah.
Freedom like creating a seminar like this, which is a financial disaster for everyone. That's a political act. It's not a capitalistic act. That is like, we had a conversation about that yesterday, and we say, I don't know, if something is right, I said to you, if something is right, we go for it. If it means we go bankrupt and our organization goes bankrupt, so be it. But not to think this is something that has to happen. This seminar we want to happen. If that means it's the end of our DDI, so then that's that. That's a freedom issue, right? So these are political decisions in my mind, not psychological. They're also psychological decisions according to your life thing, but in the background, this is politics. You agree? I know you would. You said that in the beginning. Yeah, like breaking up a relationship and saying this is not someone that I want to continue to travel with. It's a political act.
But then I thought about when you said fear will accompany you all the way. And so couldn't you think the parents are just one manifestation of her or your journey through the life, but something like that figure that's trying to stop it and that you have to get away from will always come in some form. So it doesn't really matter if it's the parents or the whatever.
True.
Yeah, but what changes is the relationship to it. So people who don't know much about fear don't know anything about courage. That's my personal experience. Courage is not foolhardiness. Courage is the political will to do something, being terrified of it, but realizing there's no other option. I now have to do that, or otherwise I'm no longer me. It's a whole different thing. So it's a beautiful thing. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, next.
I'm glad we had the conversation.
Me too, it was great.
The part that I haven't been saying, and I want to say now, is also some of you have friends or yourself have been in one of the war scenes now, that are war scenes now, and have left it. And I also think this is a big issue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And you deal with solidarity, survivor guilt, who am I leaving behind? And you carry all that with you, yet you chose freedom. You chose freedom from all these roles. And for me, you don't have to follow that, but for me, I think this is one of the things that we are working on. Because the closer you get to who you are, I think the more free you feel. I said this morning with Ruth, and the day started like that. The space to be free of like all these role suctions that come and try to get you into, you're a woman, you're a man, you're Ukrainian, you're Russian, you're Palestinian, you're all of this. That's all true, it's hard. But underneath is something that has nothing to do with all these role things, which is your own ability to choose this energetic freedom that pulls you. It's a beautiful thing. You call it love, call it attraction, it doesn't really matter, but it's a powerful thing. So thank you for the conversation.